Once upon a time, a 10 to 12-year-old boy lived with his parents in a village. So one day, after many years, the boy goes to his grandfather's village. He goes there and plays with his grandfather all the time. One day, while playing, he said to his grandfather, "Grandfather, when I grow up, I will prove to be very successful. Can you tell me some ways to become successful?" His grandfather looks at him smilingly and tells him, yes, and takes him to a plant shop where small plants were found. From there, his grandfather buys 2 small saplings and come back home. After coming home, they plant one of the plants in a big pot and keep that pot inside the house. And he plants the second plant outside the house. Then he asks his plant, "What do you think? Which plant will grow best in future?" The child thought a little and told his grandfather that the plant we had planted inside the house would grow well because it will be safe from every problem inside the house. And the plant we have planted outside is at risk from many things like strong sunlight, storm, heavy rain, and the plant is also at risk from animals. His grandfather smiled. Then after 4 years, the boy again goes to his grandfather's house. After seeing grandfather, he again asks him that, "Grandfather, last time I asked you how to become successful in life, but you didn't tell me anything, but now you have to tell me." His grandfather smiled and told him, "Sure, but first let us see those 2 plants which we had planted a few years ago." Saying this, his grandfather took him to the same place where he had kept the plant inside the house. He saw that the plant had grown into a big plant. Then he went to that place where he had planted another plant outside. They saw that that small plant had now grown into a very big and huge tree. Its branches were very strong and long, and its shadow was falling on the entire ground. Successful now, the boy's grandfather looked at him and asked him to tell which plant has become bigger and stronger. Which plant has become more successful? The boy said, "The plant which we had planted outside." "But Grandpa, how is this possible? This plant has caused many dangerous situations. There must have been many problems on this. But still, how did this plant become such a big tree?" His grandfather looked at him and said, "You are right. The plant that we planted outside has overcome many problems, and by dealing with those problems, it has become so big and huge, and now it can grow its branches as much as it wants. And the problems like storm and heavy rain make its branches even stronger, and because of this, today it has become a huge tree, and now all these problems are small in front of it." Then his grandfather looked at him and told him that, "Son, always remember one thing. Unless you struggle in your life, unless you go through difficulties, you cannot achieve success in life. If you always make comfortable choices in your life, then you will not be able to grow that much in your life, as much as you can. And if you are prepared for your problem, if you are always ready to struggle, then it will not be impossible for you to achieve any destination. And then even big problems will seem small to you." After hearing this, the boy took a deep breath and then started looking towards that huge tree. His grandfather's words were echoing in his mind. Friends, we consider problems and obstacles as enemies of our life. But these obstacles, these difficulties make us stronger. And it makes you more successful in your life. And someone has said that if you are not facing problems in your life, then understand that you are on the wrong track.